They told you that money doesn't buy happiness. They told you that the love of money is the root of all evil. They told you to study hard, get a safe job, and retire when you are 65. I want you to ask yourself a simple question. Who told you that? Was it a free man? A man whose time is his own? Or was it a man who has to wake up every single morning when an alarm rings, drive through traffic he hates, to sit in a building he despises, working for a boss he does not respect? We need a cold, honest conversation about money, not from a place of greed, but from a place of survival. Because in this world, money is not just paper. Money is the key to your freedom. Money is the ability to say no. Without it, you are a slave to whoever pays your bills. You cannot speak truth to power if you need that power's paycheck to eat. The system is designed to keep you poor. This is not a conspiracy theory. It is a mathematical certainty. Look at the education system. For 12 to 16 years, you are trained to be an obedient worker. You are trained to trade your time for a paycheck. This is the first, most corrosive trap, the time for money exchange. Most of you are selling the only thing you truly own, your time, your life, for a currency that they can print from thin air. You are trading a finite resource for an infinite resource. This is a losing trade, mathematically destined for failure. You can never get rich renting out your time because your clock runs out. The wealthy do not trade time, they trade value. They build systems that generate income while they sleep. And while you hold on to the money you traded your life for, the system is attacking it through inflation. Inflation is not a natural economic occurrence. It is a hidden tax. It is the silent theft of your future. Every day, the currency in your savings account buys less. The government promises stability, but they are constantly devaluing your labor and your sacrifice. If you are saving money, you are losing money. Your discipline is being punished. You must understand that the old rules, the rules of your grandfather, are dead. But the trap goes deeper. Once you earn that paycheck, the system waits for you with open arms. It shows you the shiny car. It shows you the designer clothes. It shows you the bigger TV. And because you are empty inside, because you hate your 9 to 5, you buy these things to feel a moment of fleeting joy. This is how they own you. You go into debt. Debt is not just a financial obligation. Debt is a chain around your neck. You buy a house you can't afford, locking yourself into a 30-year mortgage. You lease a car that immediately loses value. Now you cannot quit your job. Now you are afraid to speak your mind. Now you must bow your head and obey, because if you lose that paycheck, your entire unstable life collapses. You have built your own prison cell, and you are paying for the bricks. The extraordinary man understands the difference between assets and liabilities. A liability is something that costs you money every month. The car payment, the boat, the subscription you don't use. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket every month. A business, real estate, systems you control. The poor buy liabilities. The rich buy assets. It is that simple. If the majority of your income is spent acquiring things that make you poorer, you have chosen the path of the slave. You need to understand that being poor is dangerous. It is unsafe. If you are poor, you have no defense against the tragedy of life. If you get sick, you wait in line. If you get into legal trouble, you are crushed. If chaos descends, you are stuck where you are. Money is the shield that protects you and your family from the chaos of the world. To say you don't care about money is to say you don't care about the safety of the people you love. There is no nobility in suffering when you have the power to change it. So how do you escape the cage? First, you must stop being a consumer and become a producer. Look at your bank statement. Is money flowing out to Netflix, to Amazon, to frivolous distractions? Or is money flowing in because you built something of value? The majority of the population are consumers. They are the cattle. They stare at screens and consume what is fed to them. The minority are producers. They create the content. They build the businesses. They solve the problems. Every time you open your wallet for unnecessary liabilities, you are voting for your own poverty and someone else's wealth. Stop buying. Start building. You must develop a high-income skill that scales. Stop doing low-level labor that can be automated or done cheaper by the next tired, obedient employee. Learn sales. Learn high-level coding. Learn media buying. Learn negotiation. These are not things you learn in school. You learn these things by trying and failing. You learn them by investing in your competence, not in your comfort. You have to change your relationship with risk. The average man is terrified of losing money, so he never makes any. He puts his money in a savings account where inflation eats it alive. That is not safety. That is a slow death. The extraordinary man understands that the biggest risk is staying in the same place. You must also understand that the system relies on your distraction. They want you angry, scared, and distracted. If you are arguing about politics on the internet, you are not building your business. If you are watching sports, cheering for men who don't know you exist, you are wasting your energy. Focus is the new gold. The man who can sit in a room, block out the noise, and work on a single task for 6 hours straight is a dangerous man. This path is not for everyone. The cage is comfortable. The cage is warm. In the cage, you don't have to think. You just do what you are told and wait to die. But if you want to be free, you have to accept that no one is coming to save you. You have to look at your job not as a career, but as a stepping stone. It is just funding for your escape plan. You work the 9 to 5 to pay the bills, and then you work the 5 to 9 to build your freedom. You will lose sleep. You will lose friends. You will miss the parties. People will call you obsessed. They will call you greedy. They will tell you to be realistic. Let them talk. While they are talking, you are building. While they are sleeping, you are grinding. Eventually, there comes a day when the income from your assets exceeds the income from your labor. That is the day the cage door opens. That is the day you step out into the sun as a free man, a sovereign power. But until that day comes, you are at war. You are at war with your own laziness. You are at war with the distractions. You are at war with a system that wants to keep you small. Do not surrender. Do not get comfortable. Get up, get to work, and take what is yours. The lesson is over. The test has begun. Do not disappoint yourself.